Hello everyone, I'm Alfian and today we are going to solve the LeetCode challenge or the challenge 121 called the best time to buy and sell stock. And we are using TypeScript as our language to solve this one, but if you want to use something else other than TypeScript, then go ahead. I encourage you to do so. And the challenge says we are given an array of prices where prices of the current index is the price of a given stock on the certain day. We want to maximize our profit by choosing a single day to buy one stock and choosing a different day in the future to sell the stock. Do take note that we need to compare with the current day and with the future date, not on the date or the day that is already in the past. So that is the core principle of stock. It's about timing, and we will return the maximum profit we can receive or achieve from this transaction. If we cannot achieve any profit, return 0. And for this example one right here, we have the array of prices consisting of the element of 7, 1, 5, 3, 6, and 4. And the output is 5 is because we are comparing on the index 1 with the index number 4, which is 6 right here, and 6 subtracted by 1, which equals to 5. It is possible to be 1 with 5, 1 with 3, and also 1 with 4, and 5 with 6, and then 3 with 6 or 3 with 4. But that will take a lot of array processing time, and the loop will be indefinitely because we are checking each element from the current day with the future days, and we need to compare them and look for the possible highest value or the highest profit that we can achieve. And the explanation says we buy on the day 2, which is on the lowest price, and they sell on the day 5, which is on the highest price after the day 2, which is on the day 5. And we do take note that buying on the day 2 and selling on the day 7 is not possible because day 7 is already in the past. So the answer is 5. And for the example number 2 right here, we have 7, 6, 4, 3, and 1. Do take note that we have the least value of the 1, which is placed on the last index of the array, and also no matter how you try to pick the lowest one, we will still not returning anything because the future date after each element is placed lower and lower, so that we don't have any output, and the output is returning 0. There are no transactions to be done, and the max profit is equals to 0. And so let's solve this out. The first thing that we know that we already declare the profit as 0. If we don't have any profit, then we will return 0. Then we can declare the profit, that profit is equals to 0, and then temporarily return the profit. And the next one we need to take into consideration is about the lowest price. We can declare the current lowest price with the first index of the array using the prices of the index 0, which is on the first element. And for the next one, we need to track the highest value of the day after the lowest prices, and we need to track the highest by declaring highest as 0. And we need to declare the for loop iterating over the prices array using the let I is equals 1. Why is equals to 1 is because the lowest prices that we have already tracked is on the index 0, and the profit stays at 0. So the lowest prices is set as the first element, which is on the, if the first element of the prices array 7, then the lowest prices will be 7 and the profit stays at 0. And we already know the first index of the array, then we have to declare this on the second day and onwards, 1, 5, 3, 6, and 4. So that is why we are iterating from the index 1 right here. And we need to track as long as the I is below the prices of the length property, which the length of the property, which is, since it is starting as 6 and we only have the last element of 5, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, then we need to prevent the out of bound exception of the array iteration using the prices.length property, using the I is lower than prices.length. and then as long as the I is still below the prices.length, then we need to increment the I by 1 each for loop. And for the next one, we need to check if the current prices of the I, if the prices of the I is lower than the current lowest. If it is, then we need to track the lowest, which is one right here on the index 2. Track the lowest with the newest price, lowest with the current price of the I. And after that, we need to reset the highest back to 0. Let's say if we have any previous lowest or highest, let's say we have the current highest that is already stated on the 7, and the previous one already stated as 1 not 1 but 2 or more than 1. We already know that the highest is 7. Then as we track over the new index after the current highest, and let's say if we have the array in front of the 7, we have the array of 2, which is 2 right here. 2, 7, 1, 5, 3, 6, and 4. 2 is the current lowest, which is on the index 0, and then 7, then we already track the highest as 7. But as we found new lowest value, which is on the from the 2 right here, we need to reset the highest because highest is already in the past from the current lowest, so it is not eligible to calculate the current lowest with the highest, but it is placed already in the past. So that's why we need to track the highest as the new 0 because it is already in the past. And the next if check, if the prices of the I is higher than the current highest. If it is, then we need to track the highest with the prices of I of the current iteration. And next one, we need to use let variable of the temporary variable of the current sum of the highest subtracted by the lowest. And next one, we need to check if the profit is lower than the current sum, or current sum is higher than the profit. If it is, then we need to return the current sum as the new profit, and we return the profit with the using the Math.max to ensure that we are either returning the current profit, check if the profit is higher, or the current highest with the lowest subtracted by the lowest, which one is higher from both of the profit and the calculation of the highest subtracted by the lowest, and returning only the max value as the max profit. So let's run the code to see if it works, and we have the accepted solutions. Let's submit the code, see if it works, and we have runtime of 1 millisecond. And I will show you another way to solve this out. Instead of using this complicated for loop, which was my way, I'm going to show you the modified one using the for loop with the I as long as I is below the process.length property, and then I++. And we need to use the if prices of the lowest, check if it's lowest, then we need to track the lowest with the prices I. And for the next one, we don't have to track the highest value, and we can just compare it right away as we traverse over the prices array. And then we need to check if, instead of using if prices of the current highest, since highest is already erased from our code, then we have to use current let of the current profit or the current sum compare with the prices of the current index with the current lowest, the lowest that we already tracked before, and then check if the current sum is higher than the current profit. If it is, then we need to assign the new profit with the current sum. And for the return, we have to return the profit right away. We don't have to worry about lowest with the highest because highest is no more, and we can just compare the lowest with the profit for the variable right here. And let's test the code to see if it works. And we have accepted solution. Let's run the code to see if it works. and we have the runtime of 2 milliseconds, just like on the previous one, but this one is much more cleaner and the code is much more readable. Okay, so that's about it. I hope you understand my explanation. If you still don't understand, you can ask me in the comment section, or if you have any better solutions regarding this challenge, tell us what you think in the comment section. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.